Welcome back. We're back again on day 14 with 25 days of real estate here with Charlie Porter. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. And this is going to be part two, follow up from our day 13. And we're talking about understanding where you want to live, right? So day 13 was about where you want to live. Day 14 is going to be about where you want to invest. Sort of the same thing, but a couple different things that you want to look at a little bit differently when it comes to the investor side of things, okay? So let's go ahead and jump right into it. You want to understand the strategy that you're going to choose first, right? Make sure you go back and check out my previous video where I talked about different investment strategies that you could go with, and that'll help you understand what I'm talking about here today, okay? Listen, if you want to do an Airbnb, there are certain things that you want to maybe look at when you're trying to buy that Airbnb type of home to get set up, okay? There are other things always as well that you want to talk about when you're looking at house hacking, okay? Or when you're looking at wholesaling and things like that, all right? Understand your strategy first, and that'll help you navigate to where you really want to go and where you want to invest. But the second part, once you choose that strategy, would be to choose a particular market that you want to start with, okay? Are you going to start in the current city that you're living in, or do you want to go out of the city or maybe out of the state, okay? Different factors like that definitely going to play a role in what you're doing. Research, research, research. That's the biggest thing that I could definitely say about this one. Do your due diligence as always, and that you've probably already done. That's going to help you out with this one, okay? Now, are you looking for long-term growth, or are you looking for a quick fix and flip, okay? A quick fix and flip, that could just be one thing that you do. You may not have to look at, you want to look at the market, but you may not have to get drilled down on a local specific area, okay? You can kind of go on multiple avenues with that one, okay? But if you're looking long term, you want to look at a couple things where you're saying, hey, is this place growing in size? Are there a lot of people that are living there or moving there at that particular time? Okay. Are there any new buildings that are going to be coming in, or any new shopping areas, right? If you have a mall that's being built, as well as maybe like a Walmart or a Publix, a Kroger, or, a lot of different areas or things that attract people to come to that place, that's just going to raise the property value up in that particular area, okay? Zoning laws are going to come into place when it comes to that. So make sure you do due diligence on where you're living and where you're trying to invest. But that's a big thing that I would definitely say, okay? Now, also know your budget, okay? Know your budget and your price target, okay? So when I say know your budget, right? Calculate what rent you want, okay? So if you're going to be a landlord when it comes to this, calculate that particular rent. Know the things that's going on in that area. And the reason I'm saying that is because, listen, if you're doing a quick flip, then you don't really necessarily have to worry about that. But if you're going to be a landlord and you're thinking long term, that's something that you want to look at, because when you're looking at that, hey, the rent maybe can go up over time. So even if I buy this house and maybe have to do a little bit of a design redone for it, okay, maybe do a little renovation on it, I could still raise the rents a little bit more, because the house down the street, they're charging their tenants this particular amount. Because, okay, now if you're doing your fix and flipping, you want to look at the net profit that you can make, okay, from that flip. So if I buy it for $40,000, right, and then I put maybe, let's just say, $20,000 in repairs, okay, now I can flip it for $150,000, right, because of the market that that area is in, right. Okay, you can even go a little bit higher than that. I'm just giving you general numbers just so you can kind of stick with me, okay? Now, again, do your due diligence. This is the main thing when it comes to that, right? Because if you're looking at it from a long-term perspective, look at it from, what I'm gonna really say is, look at it from a perspective if you are running a business, and you are running a business when you're doing either of these things, okay? Look at it from like how McDonald's, look at it how Chick-fil-A or Walmart does it, okay? They look for areas at their target audience that they're looking for, right? They look for areas that say, hey, this is where a lot of people are going to be traveling to, and this is where a lot of traffic is going to be happening. Because even if you're not necessarily living in that area, you may not live there, but you work there. And if I can put a Chick-fil-A right by that corporate office that's happening right there, I guarantee you the profit is going to go up, because, hey, everybody goes to lunch. Everybody wants to get their lunch quickly, get their food, right? Who doesn't love Chick-fil-A? Those are things that you want to look at. McDonald's, they go into every single area. They don't even care what area that they're going into, right? You want to look at it from a business perspective. Understand what you're doing. Understand the market that you're looking for. If you're looking for a certain amount of rent, if you want $900 plus in rent, look for those areas. You don't want to look for an area that's a little bit more lower tier, and you're only going to get max $700 when it comes to that profit. Okay, understand what you're looking at. Look at your target audience. Understand the demographics in that area too as well. And you don't have to go super deep. I won't say that you have to literally look at every single person that lives there, right? But you want to look at the general area of the market. How is it moving? Is it slowing down, or is it growing? Is it fast paced, or is it going to take about 5 to 10 years for it to get growing like you want? Okay, understand those things, do your due diligence, and you will be fine. I promise you. All right. So this is day 14. I appreciate you guys tuning in with me. Stick around for more. Thank you and have a good one.